Hey, this is True Power Smile. I'm here at Henry's Gun and Sons gun shop. This is the gun shop where I bought my wife her weapon when we first met. I'm talking to Henry here, and we're going to talk about safety, about protecting ourselves because some things are going down. Henry, do you want to tell everybody just a little bit about yourself?
I'm Clayton Henry, Henry and Sons Guns and Ammo at 610 South Main Street in DeSoto. We've been in business for about 10 years now, and my sons don't work here anymore, but I have my grandchild over here.
Now, real quick, Henry, I got a viewer from Allentown, Pennsylvania. His name's Gary. All right, he lives in a urban situation. All right, I see all the rifles. Now let's just pan around here. This is a real gun shop, folks. This ain't, this is a little put together place. Now he's about medium size. I don't know if he's a little bit shorter than me, but medium size. Now, what would be a good not just a home defense rifle, but if something was to happen, he needs to get out of town, what would be a gun in here that you would recommend that he would get?
Oh, the ARs, and obviously what you see a lot of time are the 22s.
Can you just show us one real quick?
Sure. People like to think about when they're prepping and bugging out.
Yes.
On 22s because you can pack so much more ammo with a 22 rifle than you can with a
now, how hard would that be getting around the woods and all that?
Easy.
All right.
Let's see. What's a good one, Brad? Something easy to pack around.
Kel-Tag 9, sub 2000.
Yeah, we can show that one too. That's one of the AR style in the 22s, the Smith & Wesson. Comes with the optic and the hard case. Folds up nice and short. Can be packed, thrown on a backpack and carried around.
Now, how much will one this here run?
This particular one with the package runs $429.
$429.
$429
for peace of mind, safety.
For peace of mind. Another one of my favorites is the.
It comes with the arrow, does it?
No, it has to have the arrow to stay in the rack. But this is the Kel-Tec Sub 2000 and 9mm. Again, a small round where you can pack.
Common round as well.
And a common round. The 22s and the 9mm is pretty common, so you can pretty much find those anywhere. But
now, how heavy is that? Say that you're a disabled person, is that light enough to kind of? Oh wow! I say maybe 7.
Oh no, I'd say probably 5.
Yeah, it's really light.
5 on this one. Folds up nice and compact. This particular one takes the Glock magazines. They also make one that takes the Beretta magazines if you have a Beretta pistol. That way you got one type of magazine to carry around, either the Glock with your Glocks or the Beretta with your Berettas.
Gotcha.
So
now, how much is this one? This dude here?
This runs $419.
$419.
Doesn't break the bank.
No,
doesn't break the bank. So now I also, this is the Glock version, which has a standard Glock 17 magazine in it. You can also get the stick magazines for 32 rounds.
For how much?
And I think the stick magazine's around $32.
See, once again, folks, we're talking under $1,000 for a piece of mind. That's $1,000 is not, it's a little bit of money, but it's really not that much money. Right. Because these things are something that you can hand down to your kids.
I think pretty much if you don't count ammo in there, you'd be under $500. Around $500 with tax and everything.
No, that's a AK right here.
This is an AK.
Now,
this is one of the RAS 47s by Century Arms. This one has wood furniture on it.
Is that real wood or synthetic?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's real wood.
Nice. Now, when you shoot these, to be mindful of, now maybe Henry can correct me, but as you're shooting this, it will want to kind of ride up on you, won't it?
A little bit. There's not much recoil on these rifles.
On these here?
No,
okay. But not nearly. The AR, as far as the recoil is concerned, will be the least one of the two, wouldn't it?
Pretty close to the same.
Really?
This might have just a tiny bit more recoil than the 223 or 5.56.
Now, we're dealing with, now this is get you out the city, all right? But now once you're out the city, you're in more of a rural area, and say, oh boy needs to hunt, what rifles would we be looking at trying to hunt with? I mean, I know we could stick with these technically, but
sure, you could stick with these technically. I mean, this 7.62 by 39 round that these shoot pretty much take down any deer or anything like that.
What about bears? I mean, some people in a certain part of the country got to worry about grizzlies and things like
It
that.
might be a little light for a bear.
Really?
Might be a little light.
What about
for a
one of
bear.
our black bears? I mean, you know, I know. Okay, I'm gonna
Black
put this.
bears?
We don't do that. We do not shoot black bears here in Missouri. We don't do that. But in the case of emergency situation, no more laws are applicable. What would be good for a black bear?
Black bear, I mean, geez, a 12-gauge shotgun with buckshot or slugs.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they're not that. They're about maybe like.
Oh yeah, they're not very big.
They're not
Black bears aren't that hard to kill.
Okay.
I went to Canada 3 years ago black bear hunting, and they kind of laughed at me because I had a big 450 Marlin, and they were like, "We got them up here with 12-gauge shotguns." I'm going, "Oh, really?"
Wow. So did you get one? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Awesome. Awesome. So, as far as now we're right here by the pistols, guys. All right. Henry's busy. Oh my God, he's getting busy. You know, on the handguns, real quick, what would you recommend for a person? Let's say a grandma or maybe I'm not trying to be sexist, y'all, but maybe a woman, something that'd take down a man my size. What would you recommend? And that's light.
For the inexperienced.
Yes,
the inexperienced shooter, a revolver. I always try to guide the women into the revolvers because they're pretty much. I hate to put it this way, but dummy proof. I mean, you
There you go.
throw 5 rounds in it, shut the door, pull the trigger.
Not really prone to damage like a magazine.
No, sir.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all.
Awesome.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about clearing a round or from jamming or what I like to call limp wristing. Well, some of us when we get a little bit older, we're not as strong as we used to.
That is true.
So the recoil of the gun will flip and it actually detract from the action of the gun, which causes stovepipes. Stovepipe jams, yeah.
Now, a stovepipe jam. What's I mean, other than obviously the damage of the bullet, like in the woods, how would you fix that? How would you because you won't be able to go to Smitty's or a gunsmith. So
Well, basically, you just got to be strong enough to pull the slide back to dump the expended case out.
gotcha.
And then you can let the slide go and load the next round in. But as like I said, as we get older, it gets a little bit harder to do to grab a hold of things and be able to pull it that hard.
So and speaking of older, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know the store's filling up here.
Easy.
Yeah, the M&P Shield 380 EZ has a real light recoil spring in it, which makes it a lot easier to operate than some of the other smaller guns. When you get real small, it's just not much to hang on to.
Hank, how much does that weigh? You think?
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head, but about 20 ounces, 20.
Oh my
22
gosh!
ounces, something like that.
So that's really light, ladies. I mean, because one thing about it, a lot of us aren't used to walking here in these woods, and you're going to need to walk in the woods and on railroads and the power lines to get out. Stay away from the streets and weight. It's all about weight.
Yep. This is a single stack mag, which only, I believe, 7 plus 1 on this. So there's not a whole lot of rounds in this gun, but yeah. But
and that's kind of standard, even on the 2 I have are 8 round, the 2 high points. You know, then
good carry gun, good carry gun.
Yes, and you know, not against high point brand. I love high points, really I do, but they're extremely heavy.
They're heavy. They're bulky. They're bulky.
Like I said, when you run out of ammo, you just can use it as a club.
Yeah. They're heavy. They're bulky. It's kind of,
but they're incredibly inexpensive. Incredibly inexpensive, and they're super with their warranty. You know, I had an issue with the 9mm. I brought it down here to Henry when your boy was working here, and he sent it off to High Point for me. Came back, they gave me a free magazine, and you know, cleaned up the gun, and no problems so far. You know,
they're very good on their warranty. I mean, I try to basically deal with just things that I trust.
Yes.
That I have dealt with almost all the companies on warranty work, and some of the warranty.
Which one's the most hardest ones to deal with? Just so people get a sense of.
I've had trouble with Smith and Wesson.
Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, Smith and Wesson. I've had them drag their feet on guns quite often. Best one I've had to deal with is Ruger. I mean, Ruger actually apologizes to you if you have an issue with one of their guns, and.
But now Ruger's a little more expensive, though, aren't they?
No. I mean,
they're in the same boat
they're in
up
the
there.
same ballpark on both of them. But I'm not downplaying any of them. I mean, I've had trouble with Taurus. Taurus has fixed a lot of their problems, so I started handling Taurus guns again.
Okay.
So, it's just one of those issues that I when I sell somebody a gun, next time I want to see them is to come in and talk, or they're looking to purchase something else. So, the last thing I want is somebody to come back and say, having trouble with my gun. So that kind of upsets me sometimes.
Now, real quick before I take off, do you want to give out the number here to the shop so people can call?
Sure. The number for Henry and Sons is 636-586-6365. Open Monday through Friday from 10 till 7, and Saturday from 9 to 5.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in.
No problem.
Huh?